What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we get started, though, hit that like, subscribe, your notification bell, and share the video because that's how others find me here on YouTube. Then make sure you are following me on all platforms at Dyana Rozay. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. So let's get started because I have a lot of stories to share. Okay, good ones too. I even got a little bit of audio and video for y'all. So stick around for this entire thing. We are going to talk about first, because I did say and more. We are going to talk about Cardi B and Tasha K. Because when I tell you that Tasha K put some things on her social media platform last night that may have gotten her into just a little bit of trouble, okay? Y'all know, if you don't know, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. Tasha K has been sued by Kevin Hart for extortion. Y'all know that Kevin Hart sent his best friend to prison for extortion. I'll get to that in a second. We're talking Cardi B first. But last night, Cardi B was making some posts letting everybody know that the video that she did, the interview she did with Maisha Shakes, that was Kevin Hart's ex assistant. She's like, that video is up. She showed a picture of herself at iHeartRadio, or excuse me, I think it was Heartbeat Radio. That is actually Kevin Hart's production company. And she was letting people know she's unbothered, basically. She also showed a video of herself. She said she was in Africa and that she was eating food that her mother in law had made. And she was like, look, I'm so loved that my aunt in law made the same dish. And then she said, even my sister in law made me something. So she's letting people know she's completely unbothered. And that video may have gotten back to Cardi B because when I tell you, just like anybody who somebody owes money to, you're going to be like, listen, if you got money to travel, you got money to pay me back. And I think that is exactly what happened because Tasha K also posted this message. She said, I need a lawyer in California that can enter on my behalf a suggestion of bankruptcy. It's a very quick and easy process. DM me for the gig, is what she said. And then she goes on to say, you need a California bar license. And I don't give a damn if you're a social media lawyer. Hit me up for the job. Sorry, it's 10 a.m. in Africa right now. Well, when she got news that she had some more court business on her back, she ended up making a post saying, oh, that was a joke. I'm not in Africa, y'all. I'm still in the States. Everything's good, but it was too late. Uh, the ball has already started rolling. As of today, Cardi B initiated additional court proceedings to collect her judgment, her multi-million millions dollar judgment against Tasha K. So like I said, if you got money to travel, you got money to pay me. So she has issued subpoenas for communications between Tasha and her accountant regarding trust, partnerships, and LLCs, that Tasha may be hiding assets. And Cardi is also coming after Tasha's Georgia property. Okay. Whew, that's a lot. So I am quite sure that, well, I don't know. She may be in Africa, but it could have been just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Either way, Cardi said, not on my watch. Okay. Now let's move over to this one right here. Kevin Hart. I already told y'all he put his best friend in prison. And by the way, he has been released because I think the judgment was overturned. They said that there wasn't enough evidence. I don't know. Either way, he's now suing Tasha K for extortion. He basically said that Tasha said, you need to pay us or we're going to put this video out of his ex assistant telling all of his business. Okay. So I guess a couple of weeks ago, Tasha K reached out to Kevin and said, listen, I have interviewed your assistant. If you'd like to, say anything about it, let me know. Well, he did say something about it. He sent her a cease and desist, and he said that he was going to sue her criminally as well as civilly. So he said, I want money from you. And if possible, depending on the state laws, he is hoping to put her in jail as well. That's how he put it. So he said, you have no right to move forward with this interview. Um, my previous assistant or my ex-assistant is under an NDA agreement, so she can't talk about anything. You are now aware of that. Anything you do after this, I'm coming for you. And she did post the video. Now, here is where things, can get a little tricky. An NDA is only good if the person who issued it doesn't speak about it publicly. And Kevin Hart actually did that in a comedy special that aired on Netflix. So everything that this girl talked about, it sounds like he's already shared on a public platform. And you can still go onto that platform right now and watch it. So it may make, his suit null and void, right? We will have to see. But as of right now, that is what's going on between her, Tasha K, and Kevin Hart. And it doesn't stop there, y'all. Lonnie Love jumped on. She wanted to, I guess, let Tasha know how she felt about her. Take up for her friend Kevin. Basically, was downing Tasha as an interviewer, telling her that she didn't have any good skills, and that's why she's not on television and doesn't have any contracts and things like that. Well, Tasha went after Lonnie Love too, y'all. She ended up posting this saying, "Hey, Lonnie Love. I turned down 6 talk show deals with major networks and production companies. But keep pillow talking to that fat white man because I know that room smells like cornbread casserole when y'all are finished. Yuck. Hopefully, I will see you at my Houston comedy show. Maybe I can add you to the list of openers before I hit the stage." So she's basically like, B, I can give you a job. Okay. Hit me up if you need to be an opener for my show. Okay. She's talking big. Okay. You ain't gonna listen. She's from Florida. You ain't gonna keep her quiet. And I totally understand. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it. I know that Tasha K has a lot of supporters, right? She has over 1 million followers on her YouTube channel and then some in other places. Okay. But she might not have people that like her too. I know there's always someone in her comments trying to give her grief, but y'all can let me know what y'all think about it and we can move on to the next. Okay. Let me play something for you guys from Kiki Jabbar. Let's play this video real quick. A lot of people have been asking about, actually, I was on Trending at Some Point's page, okay, a little bit ago. I was on her channel. What up to her? Because I'm going to talk about some of the things that Melody had posted in her chat earlier. But I was over there a little bit ago, chit-chatting, and she had asked me what my opinion was on Kiki and Melody, whether or not I thought that they had squashed the beef. And I had shared with her that Kiki had did a live. I told you guys this already. Kiki had did a live where she said it was a misunderstanding. She said it was a misunderstanding. Melody had posted something earlier that day where she said also, listen, Kiki and I are good. We're friends. I'm going to tell my friends what's going on, period. I'm going to let them know what's going on and it will be what it'll be. That's what makes us friends, right? Well, a lot of people may not have seen it. Kiki has since removed it off of her IG page, but I do want y'all to see this video. Check it out.
That's bad energy from some of my castmates. I wouldn't doubt it. Seriously. But let me address that. There was some kind of misunderstanding, about me and Mel. Somebody had contacted, one of the bloggers and made up all this stuff and told them that me and Mel had some problems or something like that. Y'all, that's not true. I don't think he didn't know that wasn't true. It was something that somebody had reported to him. But that's not true. Me and Mel, we're good. I don't know if people thought we were lying. I'm sure they did. Many people accuse us of lying, but we have a relationship. Me and Mel call each other, text each other. She supports me, I support her. We talk outside of the show. I go to see her outside of the show. She visits me and checks on me outside of the show. So if we had a problem with one another, we call each other, we pick up the phone and we talk about it. So, things just spread really easily, even when it's things that's not necessarily true. So that was a huge misunderstanding. Me and Mill are good.
Okay. So I did want to play that. She said her meal was good. It was just a huge misunderstanding. And we, people have been following. Y'all know that things were said. Sounds like Kiki had gotten emotional about this scene right here, right in Houston with the counselor. You can tell that Kiki is so emotional when she is speaking to the counselor. At least this is my opinion. This may not be everyone's opinion, but my opinion, Kiki got so emotional when she was speaking with the counselor that she may not have seen her perspective of what was taking place or happening, probably felt a lot different than everybody else sitting there that witnessed it. But Kiki has said on numerous occasions that she can be a hothead, that, she's in anger management, that she's in counseling. We also know that she has been in some stage of addiction or recovery for, I think, well over a decade, because she said that it was Tisha's middle child, right? Is that correct? Her middle child? Or was it the young? I think she said it was the middle child. So I think that child is maybe 11, right? Maybe 11, or maybe it's her youngest child, maybe 11. That's what I'm going to say. So I know that she said that she didn't realize she was addicted until after an event that had happened at Tisha's house, where she had taken pills that belonged to Tisha after her delivery, and Tisha confronted her, and according to the two of them, season 6A, Tisha said that Kiki ran out of the house and then screamed back to her, F you and F that baby, right? So that being the case, and you guys can listen to, I forgot the name of her channel. I had directed you guys to her channel maybe about a month ago. I said that she gave a little more detail around it, and how long her journey has been in regards to addiction and recovery. But it's been over a decade, okay? From what she had communicated, that's what it sounds like. So with that being said, knowing that, her energy can be, depending on the day, you don't want to catch you on the wrong day, right? She's been pretty honest about that. I'm in anger management. I do go to counseling. I am, trying to wean myself off of this methadone. There's a lot going on, you guys. That's all I'm saying. So with that, I always take that in consideration when I'm listening to some of the things she said. But I also wanted to play this little clip from Kiki as well.
Wanda and the Scots say and do crazy things to you, then cry family when you swing back. Yeah, and I've addressed that many times. Many times. I don't just go down saying nothing. Like, y'all, I've always been a very outspoken person. I've always been that person that they had to watch out for, because they never knew or never know what I'm going to say. So, I ain't never been the one for being quiet or letting nobody walk over me. Okay, basically I said I don't fold like you did on the, don't fold like I did on the reunion. Please let it all out. I say this with love. Okay, so what make y'all think I folded on the reunion? Y'all tell me. Because I noticed that people, and I'm not, I get mad if you tell me, if you have a difference of opinion, or you tell me something that you think, I'm not that kind of person. I ain't gonna get mad. So you can tell me the truth always. And, we can discuss it with love. That's okay. I'm not the type of person who can't take, criticism with love. But a lot of people say that I've Kiki, you folded like a book. You wanted to say so much, but you didn't say much at all. Well, you got to think about it too. It's a time, constraint. So everything that I did say was not shown. That's one. They cut. Y'all have no idea how much they cut out. Like, imagine being somewhere filming something for 6, 7, 8 hours. Because I think we were there for what? Like, we were there from like 6 o'clock that morning until like 8, 9 o'clock that night. So imagine 8 of those hours you're talking and you're filming. And they only show about 15, 20 minutes of what you said, if that.
Okay, so she was actually talking about fifth season reunion. She was like, she was there all day and they only showed just a little bit of what she said. And she's right. It was nowhere near 15, 20 minutes of what she said. She probably got out maybe 5 minutes. That's what we saw film, maybe 5 minutes, because y'all remember Tisha did some theatrics and went and got puppets and all that stuff. Okay, so let's fast forward to what we're here to talk about now with the counselor and Miss Kiki Jabbar, because here's another situation where we didn't get an opportunity to see everything that was filmed. And Melody ended up going on trending at some points page. Shout out to her. And she was putting things into the chat for trending to post, basically giving more information on exactly what went down on that scene, because people have been ripping this therapist to shreds. I mean, her reviews are in shambles. People are saying things like, basically you aren't they said that she had talked to Kimmy earlier when Kimmy arrives. They're like, oh, you talked to Kimmy, and Kimmy told you all this stuff about Kiki, and you came in completely biased and going against Kiki when you don't know her at all. You were bringing things up about what happened to her when she was 5 years old and talking about her inner child and things like that. People lost it. I saw comments on my page where someone was like, I wouldn't let her counsel my dog. Y'all, I mean, people really, really, really got upset and really thought that there was another agenda with this counselor. I mean, it got wild. And so, like I said, her reviews were in shambles, and I'm sure that that has to feel really crazy. Like you come onto the show, right? You film a scene for whatever that amount of time that scene happened to have gone by. It happened in July, and then all of a sudden you can't even get into the new year good, because people are like, sis, you'll be lucky if you have this horse ranch next month, because you are being torn to bits. But Melody did come out and give her thoughts. And she was like, pretty honest about it. She said, we all have our perspective. So what you believe is what you believe, sure. However, she just wanted to give a little more insight, and I have to commend her on that. And I just kind of wanted to share what I saw over there on Trending's page, okay? So let me get my little notes up and I'll read them to you guys. So she just came on and said, hold on, I'll read it exactly as she wrote it. She said, there's been a lot of things said and thought, but unfortunately, this was an entire scene that was super long. So similar to what Kiki was saying, the scene ran super long, and it's more to it than what was shown, of course. For example, y'all really think that she just said 5-year-old girl out of the blue? So basically saying that the therapist didn't just bring it up, it was actually brought up. She said, bringing it to context, she said it was said to her by Kiki, and then the therapist addressed the 5-year-old girl in Kiki. Mel goes on to say, I'm just saying, I believe in keeping it a buck, and I was right there. The therapist didn't come into this scene for only one person. However, Nell was the one who brought up Kiki and Tisha. It did show that, right? And she's right. It did show Nell saying that she had brought Kiki in and not everybody was in agreement with it. So Melody said that Kiki was not targeted at all, and that the therapist asked about the tension and that if anything could have been said about it. But since everything had just happened, Nell was the one who mentioned she invited someone on the trip and that it wasn't received well, you guys. The convo kept going because it was made to keep going. And I'm going to say this one more time. The therapist didn't bring up no 5-year-old girl. Kiki said that about herself. So when Melody says it was made to keep going, I guess production was the one who said just keep it going, right? I mean, they would have had to have direction at that point. So we know that this is a produced show and that, there's cameras and boom people and producers everywhere. So sure, it was made to keep going. The therapist just met her there and spoke to her where she said her issues started. So that's some new information. Her saying that her issues started when she was 5 years old. I was on Wanda's live, or I saw Wanda's live a few days ago, and Wanda said something similar to that. She said that a lot of the things that we're seeing, she was like, this is Kiki acting out. And so there were some things that happened to her when she was younger, when she was a child. I do recall her saying that. Melody said, now those are the facts. She was actually super amazing, referring to the counselor. She was super amazing. And had it not been so combative for this one situation, she probably could have moved on to some other folks. So a lot of people also questioning, why didn't she talk to Martell? Why didn't she talk to the Scotts and their marriages and what they had going on with other people in the group? So she's kind of sharing what happened. Not even kind of, she is sharing what happened. Um, it goes on to say, I even made a look to try to get Kiki to be calm. And this would be the look. Melody looked like she was touching her nose, looking into her eyes, saying, Kiki, come back to center. Come home, girl, because you are not there. You are all over the place. But Mel said it did not work. I don't like for people that I care about to make themselves look bad on TV, period. And yeah, I do recall a scene, y'all probably remember this, Las Vegas, when Destiny told Tiffany that she would drag her in Alabama and Georgia, in Detroit. She started naming all these different states because she didn't like that Tiffany was asking Tisha questions about Tisha's marriage. Now, Tisha seemed open and receptive, but Destiny jumped in and shut it down. Mel had a sidebar with Destiny and said, girl, I'm telling you to relax, to calm down. I don't, this isn't who you are for real. I remember her speaking all of that over her. And Destiny said at the end of it, girl, why are you taking her side? You friends with Tiffany now? And a lot of people were really uncomfortable about whose side to take. Melodies or Destiny, like people were conflicted online, and people are still conflicted right now about Melody and Kiki, you guys. It's crazy. But that's where it is. And I just wanted to do my part in trying to share as much as I can because I know that these stories can sometimes tear down people, even though it's not meant to. Like we're watching the show, we know it's a produced show. We know that, this might have gone on for 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever the case. And we only get like 5, 7 minutes of it. But, uh, you know, we all have some strong opinions and things get out there. So it's important to share what we can of the truth as well. It's still our perspective because that's what we're doing. We're watching TV shows and we're giving our perspective and our spin on things, right? As bloggers and as viewers. But I just wanted to do my part, y'all, and get your opinion on what y'all think about what Melody said. Do you feel any differently, with the information that you have now? I don't know. Talk to me in the comments. I do want to play just a little bit of a review that I did the other day. It's actually the sister review. Make new friends and don't keep the old child. I did I did a post on the community wall where I was asking y'all questions just to see what you thought. It was just really all for entertainment, but I was hoping that it would bring you guys to this video. A lot of you got really bent out of shape about it, but check out this video. It is hilarious. Okay, here's the thumbnail for it. I'm gonna play a clip from this recap. It's me and my sister, and I did edit it quite a bit, so it's a real short clip. listen to it, and I'm going to catch you guys on the other side. Get them sitting. The counselor or whoever this woman is says, listen, I could tell that you guys were a fractured group before you even walked up here. Like, I sensed it. I sensed your energy before you got off the bus. Now, I am going to bring in some of that deleted footage. Y'all can check it out either on my IG stories right now, or you can see the whole clip over on OWN. Go to that scene because it is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think it's
It was
called,
very authentic of her.
yes.
I felt it. I mean,
these,
you got me feeling some kind of way. I felt it when she was doing that scene.
okay.
I felt for her because I could see that she was really upset.
Okay, so I was just about to say, let me also say before people start crying about how you ripping Kiki a new one, because I'll be reading them comments, child. I know I have prefaced this in the best way possible, but Kiki gave an honest reaction.
She did. Yep.
She was in her feelings. She was not in her right mind. In the same way that we saw Destiny like leave her body, I would say that to a degree, Kiki left her body. She was in a bad place that entire day, it looked like, starting from the house.
Yeah.
Now you are here at this bonfire.
And it's the final straw. Yep.
It's the final straw. Now, what if there was conversation had before we got that deleted scene? Don't know. But the counselor is coming at her as an adult saying, hey, girl, I know you've had some problems. No, I'm fine. She's just really trying to say, Kiki, I get it. I'm on your side. I just want to give you some tools to help you kind of get over this anger. And for someone who said they were in counseling and that they were in anger management, for her to cut off this lady the way she did wasn't well played. That's the best way I can say it.
It wasn't well played. She definitely could have done it a different way, but it wasn't honest play.
It wasn't well played, but it was her true energy in that moment.
Energy, exactly. Which I am okay with if that's what you're given.
Okay. She couldn't do anything different than what she gave.
Okay.
There's no way you could watch Kiki in that moment and believe that she wants to sever a relationship with her cousin, which is what started this entire BS in the first place. In season 6A, she said, I want to prove to you that I am different. Then she started moving differently because of her online interaction. And I don't mean online with any blogger. I mean how she was communicating and engaging with fans who didn't like Tasha. Just because the fans didn't like Tasha didn't mean that was what she was feeling in her heart. And we know this because you can watch her in interviews speak of Tasha with sugar plums in her damn eyeballs. At one point, someone had asked her a question or said something like, your cousin doesn't love you. She wanted to cry. And that felt like that was just last month. Her eyes welled with tears, but she was broken because she does want that relationship with Tasha. This is going to be a hard one for her to overcome, especially if she wants to be on the show. And we are going to watch her play out anger and regret in the same way we watch Martell play out anger and regret with Mel. A lot of who she was in that very scene with the counselor in the unedited version was Martell-esque to me. This is very reminiscent of what Martell would do. This is very reminiscent of what Tasha would do. In fact, Martell gets so uncomfortable watching it, he starts saying, oh my God.
When she was talking about her being the 5-year-old in her.
Yeah, when she said, you're a child, you're responding right now, you don't see it. Martell starts screaming out for her because he needs an appointment.
Right.
Make one, sir.
Right.
But Melody at one point tries to stop Kiki. Yeah. And look at her face. She's staring at Kiki like, please, I need you to bring it back to center. I need you to realize that you are off right now, that you are on another planet. Tasha and Marceau are watching this Kimmy and Maurice are watching this. Nell actually teared up watching.
Yeah, Nell looked devastated by it.
But Kiki can't hear it. And I honestly feel like this is the moment that made Kiki feel like she wasn't supported by Melody.
By Melody, yeah. I could see why she would. I can see her not feeling supported by anybody here. I can, because you can already tell she's off in her own world.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so and because nobody's with her in that world, she's gonna feel like she's alone.
But the only person that was with her in that world was Mel, saying, "Girl, I'm sitting beside you.
I know.
And I want you to come home. Come home, Kiki."
Right. But I truly believe that Kiki didn't feel that.
At the end of the day, if you are human, you had a moment like Kiki had on that barrel of hay. But I think that Kiki gave us some of the most honest scenes in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
If we're asking for reality TV, it was some of the most honest and raw scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that her mouth is saying opposite of what her heart wants. So you guys, that was a clip. And yeah, I'd love to get your perspective again on what's going on. Hopefully this will be your first time hearing as well, because I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to hear it. But y'all, look, that Kiki did give us authenticity. Okay, that was an authentic scene. I know she is getting railroaded right now, but it was an authentic scene, and we will see what's coming up. Melody did make comments. I saw this in the Facebook group where she said that she is reevaluating relationships and things like that, because she feels like if she has to question your intentions, then you may not be a friend to her. But we have to see, friendships, all things go through their challenges. They all have moments. So we will see what this moment will bring and if Kiki is going to return. I said this before. I said this actually yesterday in this review. Hopefully you guys have an opportunity to watch, but there wasn't a lot of support for Kiki being on the show. Kiki actually said her husband, um, you know, questioned her being on the show because she was taking the methadone and he didn't think that her brain was quick enough. So we're going to see. I know tomorrow for the final episode of the season, we're going to get a really authentic scene between these two right here. Martell and Melody have a sit down, and just the clip alone is giving us a lot, okay? With Martell telling her that he wants the two of them to be more peaceful and have peace like they're doing right now. Mel said, "I don't have peace with you. Not right now. We don't have it." And then he's, doing his thing where he goes, "Well, I want it, and I'm not giving you any problems." And Mel went, "Okay, I'm not even going to argue with you on it, okay? Because you already know we in court, boo, okay? But y'all can let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments, all right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, make sure you share it, all right? We're going live tomorrow night, as always. And that's it. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. I'll see you on the next one.